So for our first lesson, I want to spend some time with you guys this week reviewing what makes a number rational and what makes a number irrational. So if you remember, if we were to type this into even a scientific graphing calculator, when you try to find the square root of 48, you get this big, long decimal. In fact, some of you might remember it as being crazy, but that's not accepted on the New York State Regents exam. But the numbers go on. No repeating pattern, no end. We call those irrational numbers. Whereas a number like the square root of 49, that's a perfect square. When you take the square root of 49, you get 7. That's because 7 times 7 is 49. That's called a rational number. Now, by definition, what a rational number, technically speaking, is a number that can be written as a fraction. So if I give you a fraction, 4/5, voila, you have a rational number. So remember, when you work with a perfect square, when you take the square of a perfect square, you end up getting a nice rational number, a nice number that does not go on forever. And you might remember the first, well, it was a very short week, but that week in March that we were last together, we listed perfect squares. And there was a reason why we list these perfect squares. 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 4 is 16. 5 times 5 is 25. 6 times 6 is 36. 7 times 7 is 49. 8 times 8 is 64. 9 times 9, 9 squared is 81. 10 times 10, 10 squared is 100. And 11 times 11, 11 squared is 121. 12 squared, 12 times 12 is 144. 13 squared, 13 times 13, 169. 14 squared, 14 times 14, 196. 15 squared, 225, right? 15 times 50. And the list keeps going on. But if you know your perfect squares, it will help you when it comes time to simplifying a radical. So first of all, let's review taking the square root of a perfect square. What is the square root of 25? 5. What is the square root of 100? 10. But now, what if we see this symbol in front? That's combining both the positive and negative numbers. So if I want you to find the positive and negative square root of 49, the answers will both be positive and negative 7. Hopefully, so far so good. But see, what happens now where things get more complicated is when we throw inside the square root signs, these irrational numbers. And that's what's next.